Hi guys, this is Zena.
It's your boy Rob B.
And you are now tuned in to Sippn Tea with Z every other Sunday from 2 to 3 on RadioNetwork.com. Thanks for tuning in to Sippn Tea. Oh, look at us. Sippn Tea with Z, and of course,
What's
my
up,
brother Rob B.
Rob B in this joint. Hey, we real now got like some literally dope, you know what I'm saying, guests today, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit gonna be cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm psyched. So, my man Domo in this joint.
Yo, what's up?
And my man Malik, you know.
You already know dope.
Okay, so hi guys. First of all, thanks for coming in today.
No problem.
Y'all seem like busy guys.
Yeah. Hey, tell them y'all,
y'all
IG, you know what I'm saying,
Instagram.
that
Where
good
can
shit,
people
so.
find y'all first?
Well, my Instagram is Malik Dope Drummer. My brand is called D.O.P.E, Definition of Percussion Entertainment. So you can find me anywhere on the internet at Malik Dope Drummer.
My Instagram is officialyoungman_Lee. My brand is Young Man Lee. You'll find my page on Facebook too. So Young Man Lee.
Yeah. Hey, these brothers real loud be working in this area, you know what I'm saying? I'm following both of y'all, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and as a fellow artist, like, y'all keep me motivated to see every day, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always working, always doing something, you know what I'm saying? So, like, with that being said, I mean, let's get into, you know what I'm
Tell
saying?
us more about what is it that y'all do. We can start with you, Malik.
Well, we are basically healers through the music. It's real deep before anything like material-wise like that. So basically just important as a doctor, lawyer, educator, facilitator of any type of art. So I call mine a lifestyle brand, you know what I'm saying? So what I do is through percussion, I communicate with people. I send inspiration, motivation, like just express myself fully through percussion and show that how it's involved with everything that's around us, from your heart beating, from me talking right now, from your head movement, wind blowing, like it's everything, anything. So that's how I can connect to any type of thing, making it more than just drumming. But on the drumming level, just keep it real dope.
I mean,
Where did you come up with the concept, dope?
So when I marched in Howard University marching band, like 2013, it's me and my friend, we was walking down Georgia Avenue, I remember it. And I was inspired by this other group called BYOS, Bring Your Own Style. They've been out a little longer. They want to like march percussion, educating, entertaining, type stuff like that. And then I was like, man, I want to make my own type of thing.
Right.
So, like, gotta be something dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, dope was the cool word, you know? And it's like, what can that mean? And then next thing I just came up with like definition, of what? What do we do? Percussion,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? The next thing I was like, what's that? Rest of education? Entity? What is it? Next thing I know, my master was like, entertainment. And I was like, definition of percussion entertainment. And when we said that, we were right at Howard Theater, right at that little middle street when you're walking down the Shaw.
I mean,
And I was like, damn.
well, the thing about what you do, like, even like people who not even big on drumming, like your craft is so eye-catching because, like you said, with the entertainment part, like you can definitely tell for one that you live what you do, but like it's so much different than a regular, like, you know, people that you see on drum lines or whatever. Like, I feel like it's a twist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
like,
a different coordinate.
And it's like you see a little bit of our culture in it, you know what I'm saying? You see a little bit where we come from, so I definitely feel you. But going back to what you was just saying, like, as far as like rhythm and drums and like how that relates to like life, like tell me, go a little bit deeper.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
how it relates to life is everything from what you're doing, even the way you think. If you think it too fast, you're not gonna be able to catch it. Same way if you rushing the beat when you playing with a whole band. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking ahead of yourself, you're not gonna be able to catch it. Or something with what you're doing. If you're not moving enough, not moving slow, that leads to maybe obesity or something, or the body not pumping,
Right.
and even just the body pumping just in the parallel of like a car or something, has an engine and has all these malfunctions, and even a brain and a heart and a body, like it's like a triple type. It's a whole rack of stuff. It's real deep, but yeah.
I'm saying, like, Prime, a lot of people know me for, like, you know what I'm saying, back when I had my band, and I acronym for Prime was putting rhythm in my everything, because, like, I always feel like, you know what I'm saying, whether it's paying bills, like the whole lesson in life, real life. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a thing of learning how to manage time, because time is your only.
Yeah, management is a rhythm. You have to keep the cycle going.
100. So it's like, how much can we do within this time frame? You know what I'm saying? What and more importantly, like, you know what I'm saying, is it even worth doing? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Like, definitely I want to introduce my other man, because I got some questions. I want to get like both of y'all input as percussionists, you know what I'm saying, and like gigs.
Yeah, we got to say how we linked up.
So Domo, man, tell me what you do, man.
Well, I feel like I went from being just a drummer in someone's band or someone's church or wherever I was at to an artist, because I've done shows by myself. And it was inspired by him, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be more than just somebody's hired help. You still do gigs and stuff, but it's like now, like, I'm producing, I'm, you know what I'm saying, trying to put out collab with artists, and I got a band, stuff like that, so I'm just trying to branch out and do everything. I do a little bit of everything.
Right.
So, but I'm just in it to change lives, man, because it's been proven that I've done it through music, through drums.
Yeah, even my man, like, I know Domo for some time now, like, bro, like, he lived this drum shit, you know what I'm saying? And I can even say, like, as I've seen him over the last couple years, like, it's just a different light under you, you know what I'm saying? Like, with your craft, like, wanting, like you say, branch off, but, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted, like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't even get your head big. Like, my man, I still feel like it's one of the best drummers we got around here, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Out real life, like, it's humbling, really, to even see you want to put some of those things to the side, you know what I'm saying, to do, you know what I'm saying, these things, you know what I'm saying, because it's a bigger picture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it all matter, man. I got my daughter. She, like, when she was born, it inspired me to, like, you know, stop doing the negative stuff I was doing. I mean, you know, everybody not perfect, but I still was doing what you do for a little while. But like, I just wanted to turn, you know, I wanted good money, I want good energy, I want positive energy for my life, for my daughter's life, to stop my legacy ahead of time anyway for her, because everything I'm doing is for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she my LLC, my company's name, which is Moment Entertainment Group. It's like money's gonna be going to her. She's gonna have something to, like, when I don't want her working for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I got different goals, man. Like, it's a struggle. Like, you seen me struggle. Still a struggle today sometimes.
I know, like, but y'all can speak on, like, just, like, what's the difference, like, I mean, how does it feel trying to, like, make it out of that, you know what I'm saying? Because we represent the culture so much, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you going against the grain or whatever, but sometimes what you do, you know what I'm saying, you have to do it a little differently. Like, man, they might not catch Domo at all the little go-go shows, but, you know what I'm saying, don't look at me different because you might see me playing at a concert type shit or whatever. Like, sometimes it's about not sometimes, it's always about elevating, you know what I'm saying? But like what's the battle? Like, what do you feel like is the biggest battle with, like, trying to wade into, like, your art and what needs to get done?
Sometimes I raw P to pay Pulse. If I might got $400, I ain't supposed to spend none of it. It's supposed to go to something. But if I gotta buy something, if I gotta invest in myself to make me $1,000 more, I have to do it and just struggle with a little bit. Or when I went outside. The first time I went outside to play drums was this year. I talked about it on Facebook a little bit. And I ended up went down gallery. It took me like 30 minutes to get out the car because I'm not really a big fan of being in front of a lot of people.
Right.
So I went out there, was super scared. Like, people were just looking at me funny. And I was like, all right, if I stop playing, like, they gonna tell me to stop, or like, is it okay to just play? Like, I did it. Like, I did it for like at least 2 hours. But I still felt like weird. I ain't stay out there for too long. I was calling him, I was like, man, where you at? It's because I'm used to being on stage on what band or bands like that, on stage behind. Of course, they give me a spotlight, give everybody a spotlight, but it's different when you just right there. And these people are like, people be coming to see you, asking you questions while you playing. You don't know what they be trying to go through your bags and all that type of stuff.
Like, can both of y'all speak on that? Like, what's the difference between the reception of being, like, at the show, like, being out, you know what I'm saying, being out there in the public, like, you get to talk to people, people get to You know what I'm saying?
Actually, it's better being in public. You have a larger audience. Whether they seen you for 1 second or 1 minute or 1 hour.
And more diverse.
Yeah, more diverse. Like it's tourists coming. It's like that's the whole 1,000, 2,000 people hadn't seen you in that 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's good, and it also has pros and cons. Like I've been out there for I've been doing it for like almost 5 years now, and I've realized made like a name for myself from engaging with people. Right. And I did the street performance here, like New Orleans. I did it in L.A. I did it in Baltimore. I did it in Philly. I did it in Boston. I did it in wherever. Like, and it's the same like New York. Oh yeah, it's the same like criteria though of like how you just have this different type of respect, right? Cause now, and then like and how much your showmanship has to be on deck. Like, cause when I was in LA or New York, this shit is up. Like New York, like this is my language too, but gallery is like a safer zone. Like people can have a space to just like express their creative juices, But and them other spots, like it turns up. Like you competing in front of whole strips of like different talent, and I've searched for that different feeling just to know what's out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like others like me, like I've done seen other vicious talent and they still in the show, then I come in like and I got the show, and then it's like we competing for a show, and it's like this is like not a game. This is
like that's kind of newer to our area, Like we ain't always had that with the street performers and shit.
I mean, we have, but they've been acknowledged
really
like that.
Too much attention. You guys bring something totally different.
Yeah.
You add a little. You like an entertainer, I should say, because you not only playing the snare, you are.
It's edutainment.
Okay.
I
like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
You might learn something. Like I saw when you did it under the leg.
How did you get into what made you want to start dancing along with playing?
I was like, I did dance before, like in like just elementary school, like a little dance team thing called like Colors. I did some steps, a Kappa step stuff. There are all types of little different like variations of it. But then I just met the dancers out in gallery. All the dancers I used to be out there doing their little arm breaking stuff and cool little leg moves and just hitting the folks and all that little stuff.
Yeah.
But then I got in a bad car accident in 2015, and then I couldn't even walk on my right foot. My ankle was fractured. Like it's a blessing that I made it from there. Like I got in a bad car accident, and my spleen was like punctured. Shit, I couldn't breathe like that. So it was like I just really I feel like I was reborn again. You know what I'm saying? That old me died in that hospital, and I was reborn again because I realized I couldn't like breathe. I was like, dang, like this is blowing me, and I just in the joint like couldn't move. I was even street performing with crutches on out there, and I still seen the dancers. But then as my ankle started getting better, I started engaging into my core of every angle of entertainment inside of me. I'm like, how much can this go? It can't just be, you know what I'm saying? It just can't be stuff like that. But I be doing stuff like that. And that's why I put that right there, because me and him gonna talk later.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? That's drum pads. But yeah.
Stuff together. I was trying to figure out what you was doing.
Yeah, people looking at
too though. I was like, my junk is on the floor.
He's moving stuff out the way, okay.
Yeah, no, I be on some other like level of things.
Always drums in our mouth.
It's the communication. Like, where your sticks at, dog?
How did you guys meet?
Okay, I used to look up to this guy because I also grew up in the go-go world. I was in a band called Future Legends. Okay. You know what I'm saying? People from like Fully Loaded, like 35 Double people, and like different people. I was in Future Legends, and like I seen him in like Phase 2 and this other bands, and he just had that. He was already with the like bands that was popping. Like it was his sound that was being recorded in our culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that, like it was just like when I finally met him. Like we always like keep in touch, but when he started more like getting out here in the streets, like doing the street performance part, I was just like, oh yeah, we gotta link up because he been chopping. I've been wanting to do this. So after that, we just like started linking up, and then it's a natural like connection on the percussion. Like I don't even have to. We don't even have to practice. Like we just go in and like we be connected like telepathy with the beat. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, we already met. It's just like we meeting for real now. Like,
he used to hit me on the Facebook, ask me how do you know a drummer. And I was like, yeah, who? Cause I knew him, but I never really like got to watching his videos because like when I'm focused, I just be focused on. I got my playlist on my song that I want to listen to.
Yeah. But that's how that wave work, man. That's how that wave work,
yeah.
man. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we here now.
Yeah.
What inspires you guys? I know your dad is a drummer.
Yeah. So Buggy from Backyard, man. He's not my real dad. Just because everybody be trying. So he's not my real dad, but like to me, he's been there for me. Like I met him when I first started playing drums at church for real.
Okay.
So this was like I'm 5 or 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? He coming through and playing with different people. Then he probably about like 15 years ago he took my job, but I was like 11 or 12. And my grades were terrible, and my folks was like, "Hey, well, if you don't get your grades together, we gonna find another drummer." So, like, I came in one day and he was there. So we just ever since then, like even up until I had my daughter, like when my child's mom got pregnant, man, he wore me out. Like I got some words because he was like, man, you know, everybody at that age, you like, man, you gotta keep your stuff in your pants till you get married. So. Yeah, he's just been there for me ever since as a man and stuff about life. Like my real dad, I met my real dad. He passed away last September 11th. We ain't know each other that well, but I got to talk to him like over Facebook. FaceTime. He was kind of like out of it, so that was like the first time we ever like met in person. But you know, I forgave. I forgave him. I ain't never met him in my life.
Right.
So that's the story on the pop situation. So that is like pops to me. So
Okay.
So I mean, what's some other, as far as like all the drugs, like what's some other people that I would say like influenced you or like just helped you along the way? And could you tell them some artists that you've been able to work with in the area and like whether they know that?
Who inspired me? It's some musicians. Cause I like when I produce, I've always had like hearing instruments in my head, different instruments, and I was like, well, as I'm learning, I'm seeing these people. Marcus that played keys for Backyard. He's been he's influencing my life. This guy named Corey Baker, he's a bassist. A lot of people around here know about him.
What's my man you hit me too? Because you used to watch a lot of videos too. I think he did like an Usher cover. Okay, yeah. See, yeah,
I was going.
He actually played for Usher.
Aaron
Spears.
Back in there, I was like, damn, who is this kicking this shit out of this?
Yeah, Aaron Spears. He's from here.
Oh yeah.
He played for a gospel band called Gideon Band. So that's where he came from. But he's doing Ariana Grande right now.
Oh wow. What inspired you?
Yeah, what inspired me is it just goes all the way back to like my parents, as far as like introducing me to like, my father was a Rastafarian, you know what I'm saying? He was like into that culture, so it was like real rooted. It was something called Conqueron, like a dance and drum unit that would perform all in the city and all that, like the dudes from like Africa and touring the world, whatever. But I was doing the African drums there, but wasn't taking it too serious and nothing like that. I had a drum set and all that. I was like 6 years old. But then go-go music, around 12 years old, go-go music was like popping. Like everybody, all the neighborhoods had a band. Everywhere, everybody had a garage go-go band, like bouncing, throwing something, playing some keys, hitting some messed up bodies with just ripped up heads, stock drum heads on them, anything. So go-go inspired me. My man's had a band called like UTV and all that. We had this, I was like 16, I was in a band called Black President's Band. This is when Obama was running for president, you know what I'm saying? It was called Black President Band, and he wasn't even the president yet. It's just funny.
Black President Band.
Yeah, it was weird. And then he changed to Sky High Band. But then, yeah, like going up to go-go and like through high school, I was just in the band Future Legends, and then at that moment, like when I really was in a band for real, Reaction had like gave us a light, like at the La Pearl, you know what I'm saying? We opened up that Reaction at the La Pearl when that was popping. Sounds crazy over there.
I mean, the Godfather Chuck Brown said, you know, go-go would never die because it represents the streets. Like, I mean, I know through our time, we done seen the ups and downs, like as far as how it's so hard to do the shows because sometimes we'll come along with the image or, you know what I'm saying, come along with the territory and even like with the money situation or the having a market.
I did a lot of free shows in the go-go game. I didn't really ever get paid until one time I played with D.O.P.E. when I was almost about to be done.
I think if anything, go-go definitely teaches you, if you're into music, that, you're saying from a band perspective, that you gotta learn this shit, like, cause it take a lot of freebies, a lot of, you know, paying for studio time, a lot of this, a lot of driving.
Yeah, it was training.
It definitely is.
It was a whole like proving ground to me with the go-go thing, and then I got into like marching band in high school, and then applied that with the go-go. You know what I'm saying? Because it helped me understand, open up another portal.
Right, that's how I was gonna say. Some people get one track, like they really know. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. This is not just it. This is something awesome that we have here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so much more.
Yeah, it go back just so the same way I describe how I was introduced to it in the African culture, like the drum and dance type thing. That's the same thing as go-go. It's just a futuristic version of these same African beats from these same cultures. Like I'll be looking at the YouTube videos and seeing like old videos, and they're like Native Americans or African, Afro-Cuban, anybody, they bouncing, like they chopping and everything, they moving, they beating their feet.
With the reggae, I mean, that's saying, look at the energy, what they throw, they got the same
Caribbean, like it's all like that same
vibration
type.
But it's amazing that we came up with that here, like in the middle.
That's what I'm saying. We still accessing that and still love this live entertainment. Like you can't just like play it. You can play it on keyboard, but it's like, nah, I don't sound like a live bounce. Like I want that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Authentic energy.
Yeah, it's authentic. Like it's experience. Like you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for the drums, it like I feel like it'll train y'all to know what it's like to have that energy there, because like the drums is and the timbales, the percussion is everything to go, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all drive, that drive is the.
Because you playing the keys, that's still percussive pressure and shit, like stuff like that. When you pushing it or the bass, like everything is like it could be transferred into a note with no meaning on like for the drum, or it can be like do 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 do, or it just do 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 do, like whatever.
I would say one other thing that I learned from go-go is that it help you get to the point, because like, you know what I'm saying, like you want to always get to the good part of the song, like, you know what I'm saying, like, so it's like it make you think of a musician as a musician, like, you know what I'm saying, what's catchy, like what I gotta make sure that, like, you know what I'm saying, like I have the intention from the time I start this track to the time it end, because you'll lose them, you know what I'm saying, you'll lose them real quick.
That's giving them dopamine.
Yeah.
So when they be feeling that dopamine, like when that bounce is about to slow bounce, it's like, alright. They be about to like chop, chop, bow, and then it's just like that whole climax, that whole feeling that's connected with your mental to your physical, and it's just a whole eruption, and it's just science and just mathematics and telepathy and like spiritual, physical,
the way you
all
break
that.
that down, it just sounds so.
Yeah, because that's why I be explaining. Cause I don't just be here explaining go-go. I be around other places, beat my feet and going like what are those beats? I even like was playing a joint yesterday, and there's like these white dudes was there, and we was just smacking. Like I was playing with True Expression. Yeah. It was at the old tap house joint. It's called Art House DC, something like that now. But yeah, we just bouncing, and I'm seeing the white dudes who don't know what it is really. They live in Atlanta, but they just like. They think it's black rock or something.
They can't help it. It's the energy.
Yeah.
Like when you hear that one, I be, because it's like when you hear the CD, like they hear that live. So you stand in front of the speakers. Right. It's very loud, so you're feeling every beat. So
some people don't vibe to go over a CD. It's hard. Some people, they come in.
Well, some people don't know
until they go out to a show, then they feel that energy, then they see that ass everywhere.
A lot of times they don't know they listen.
It's a culture. It's a exactly.
Or how to listen to it.
I love go-go myself.
I haven't been able to put it away, man.
Right. I don't think I'm gonna be the old auntie still playing.
Now I'm not a go-go head. Like I don't drive around all day listening to go-go. But I have my moments.
Right. I still go to go. I still go see Backyard.
Yeah, well, I would always.
I would go see TCB here and there.
Yeah. Backyard is the definition of go-go to me. If somebody else that wasn't from here, you know what I'm saying? All respects to people that came before.
Everybody knows Backyard. They even know Backyard or Chuck Brown.
But their band is just so well put together as far as chemistry and like everybody the same. They've had the same people since they were like. It can't be done.
Your sound bad.
Right. Like it can't be done. They really need to do a documentary. I like.
Yeah,
they about to. They going to Ghana.
Okay. Oh, that's
I
awesome.
think it's in February. I think.
Okay.
But they doing a whole documentary, I think.
Man, shout out to G, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Right.
G, man.
What's next for you guys?
You mean together or individually? Cause
Both.
It's pretty.
I got a lot of random stuff as far as like me just increasing my whole brand. As far as this is my logo. I'm gonna be having on a drumstick soon. I'm just basically releasing everything independently, everything like you know what I'm saying, getting it my own way and just creating my brand from that idea. So we having t-shirts, I'm having just anything. I might have cups, I might have hats, I might have I don't know anything for your dreads, anything. But as far as like increasing that paraphernalia, then doing bigger shows.
Marketing is a big thing,
Right.
especially with what y'all do, what we do, like, you know, like, because you're so hands-on, like, you know what I'm saying?
People ask me how you get more followers and all that. I was like, just put out dope content, like a lot. Like you gotta put out good content like that's feeding the people, like that dopamine is coming more. And they like, man, I want to see more. Like you gotta need a longer video. Where can I find you at YouTube? Look, they want to go, so you gotta engage that whole cycle of marketing, and that's how I've been able to get like 57,000 followers now from going like authentically viral, like from just putting it out there and making it undeniable for people. You know what I'm saying? And even though now I'm still polishing and going further into monetization, which is the main thing that you need to do if you get all these views or anything, don't just be like you can make money off your intellectual property yourself. You know what I'm saying? So. Like that's all I've been focusing on more. And then the shows, like I got doing a show August 11th, Reebok show, what made in the DMV. It said UBIC, Georgetown. And the next day after that, I'm going to ATL doing a show with Mike Will and Gucci Man. And I got some other stuff. I'm on MTV. I'll be on this show called Clickbait. It's like basically ridiculousness, but for like musicians. So it's some funny little stuff or like cool, like just crazy talented stuff. So I'll be on there on the hoverboard drumming. And there's some other stuff, just more stuff, like some more like things in the work. Planning some trip to Dubai and stuff. We do some drum plays. International, basically.
You have a lot going on.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
well, I got some stuff I'm working on. A track I produce right now for Killer Kyle. If y'all not familiar with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a go-go record. Him and featuring Kendra Shanae. She's a vocalist for Walker Ridge Project. Trying to put that out. My band, we about to release another single. Working on that EP as well.
Any shows coming up? Where can people check y'all out?
We August 25th we have Martinis with Team Familiar.
Okay.
So
Say the name of your band again.
the moment you can find us on Instagram at the letter N, so it's in the moment _. On Facebook it's Moment ENT Group, Moment Entertainment.
Okay.
And we got a single out now called It's Cool. It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Tidal, any app that you have that stream music. It's only $1, so if you want to support that, you can.
We had that chunk, right?
So we got at the moment, it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like we gonna be able to play that for
Yeah.
them. We're gonna go into that, man. Y'all check this out right quick.
Your left hand.
This bitch, man. That's a nice
Nah, we doing like
tea that's going on out here in the world and in the sports world and all over the world. Are y'all familiar with what's going on with USHER?
Yeah.
No comment.
That's my man.
I really, okay, that's your man. Alright, I'm gonna let you not comment.
it's for us
Oh
out
yeah,
there.
Calvin Hospital
It's for
been
our
cheating.
Kelly
I
out
seen
there.
them pictures
He
though.
knocked his.
I seen them pictures though. And it is a whole nother girl in the car with him and they are like,
I mean,
This is a picture though.
But they are like this could
But why the
you
world?
know, be
Why the world need to know about that?
The world don't need to know, but the world want to know.
True.
It's about what the world wants, not about what the world needs.
Yeah, true that.
I think it's the other way around.
Yeah,
Huh?
The world needs.
It's supposed to be about what the world needs,
Yeah,
but
advice.
social
They want
media
junk food. They want
don't make it that way
yeah.
anymore. Everybody's so visual and so
Lifestyle
let
stuff
me
and all
see
that
what's
stuff.
going on, or you know, we are a visual culture now.
Yeah. But I mean, that shit is real. And all of, especially as black people in our urban community, we need to have a conversation about protecting yourself, period. You know what I'm saying? Continue to always keep beating that shit because, you know what I'm saying, this shit is out here, man. And I mean, yeah, if you want to use somebody as an example like that, then whatever, but you don't know who you know. Like, I mean, yeah, all I can say is, like, trust no one, man. Protect yourself at all means.
Protect yourself.
Until you married, man. You
That's
know
the
what I'm
most important thing. What about what Lil Duval had to say about transgenders?
Okay, so what happened was on the Breakfast Club, they was asking Lil Duval about, you know, the situation that happened with Bobby Valentino. You know, they was asking him, like, you know,
Are y'all familiar with what happened with Bobby Valentino?
I seen the video on Facebook.
Okay, so he's getting caught. He's caught running out
She said
of
he's caught.
Right, he's caught, not getting caught. He's caught running out of a transgender's room. Supposedly he didn't pay the girl. So she filmed him. He's running like with no shoes on. He don't have his keys. So she's like, Bobby V, everybody. That's Bobby V. That's Bobby V. Bobby, where you going, Bob? Like, really? So he's just out. He's just out the room.
yeah, well, like, shit, he fucked. That's on him and shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like with Duval's situation, I feel him because he was just saying that, like, if I find out, like, you know, if we cool, like, we go in there, we intimate and shit, and like, you know what I'm saying, I don't find out until I take your damn panties off, like, I must snap, like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel it, like, I feel like that's disrespectful, man.
Yeah, that's
it's no type of law. It's nothing that we could do as men, like, you know what I'm saying? But
it's like fraud or
But
something.
okay, here's my take.
What y'all
You
want
gotta
to do?
know though.
Now listen, here's my take on it. I don't care what nobody say. A nigga gonna know another nigga.
Yeah.
You can play all you want, like you don't even know that was it.
Yeah,
and you gonna know.
Look,
like you are
so
going if I can spot and be like, oh, that's a man. You are a man. You should be
I don't know.
Cause I done been to Japan, and some of them dudes, them trained looking Japan people, the way they look like females. Like their whole features, like you can't even tell. You like,
I mean, it's getting
it's
I don't care what you say. It's the voice. It's something gonna give it away. Because they always have like a little voice like,
I be saying dudes like when you're in the
they
club,
do. Like that's what they do.
This is the thing. When they
And the club drop. That's why you don't need to go out there.
This how this shit fucking us up though. Like, so now you got, you know what I'm saying, you can have very masculine men like us that fuck around looking at just because the girl got a certain type of
and then
feature
makeup
and shit.
makes some of these
What she
girls
might got too much makeup
I
on.
don't
And we
care.
thinking like, man, I don't know. I need to, you know what I'm saying? And you got your birth certificate.
But I don't think it's right though. Like honestly, I don't think it's right. I think it's acceptable so much now today in society, and there's so many men that's coming out or willing to deal with you. You don't have to lie about.
You can keep it real.
You are right.
Be in your section, like everybody their own little preference section, and all
Because
that.
people, it's a dangerous road you going down when you do that.
Like I got respect for anyone like that, just keeping it real and they just them. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's who you want to be.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about who I want to be. You know what I'm saying? You ain't asking why I like females.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
do you like?
So people that do
but
that
don't
shit,
invade. You know I'm not with it, so don't invade me like that. Like I seen like purposely like it's like it was a trained person. Like dude was tall as a mother, like but he just the face looked like a girl. Like the lights was dim. It was in one of these DC clubs. And I just see this one dude, he just drunk, turned up, he look like he a newcomer, he don't club like that. And he's just like, we cool. And they see him, he's freaking the joint wild, and I'm just like,
say that happens too, like, you know what I'm saying?
Just freaking the joint.
If he dump, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
And then, well, look, I told him,
come here, bro.
I did a real thing.
Each squad, each crew had like two niggas with them and shit. And you don't know whether they was gonna dress like a girl or a dude that night. You better make sure.
No, it be twisted though, because the thing is, some of the women who don't know how to properly contour themselves and all that stuff, they be having too much makeup going on. I'm like, you got me back up. I'm like,
that's
my bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me wipe your face a little bit.
Take a picture.
Wipe your face.
powder.
They be putting too much in the nose. The couture be like,
They be 3 shades lighter.
Kardashian nose or something. Like,
Get home, they dark skin.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
I can't help that.
take a washcloth and just. That's a new ID check. I don't need to see ID. Give me a washcloth.
But that shit is fraud and that shit ain't cool. And
It's not.
I get set up with some shit like
Don't
that. I don't know
lie.
what the fuck I would do.
Don't lie, people.
If I got to second guess if it's a dude or not, I'm just going to just never mind it. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, well, but that
There's so many people catfishing and all that type of stuff, man. Like, you just never know.
So if the girl ain't perfect, this is what y'all doing to us. This is how, if the girl ain't perfect, where you looking at weight at? Like, if
We
we
not
short,
doing that. Y'all doing that. Society is doing that. We are not doing that.
Society,
And y'all being hungry men. Men are always hungry and want
yes.
more. So y'all,
like
and y'all so visual.
I would like to see black
Not
women
really.
help us out.
No.
I would just like to see y'all help us out.
Not really.
Y'all need to help us out.
We
Stand
ain't
up,
do this.
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all
'Cause
do
that's
this.
to tackle your black man.
Nah, the thing is, I be seeing females that's with it
I've been a
too.
girl before.
But I'm pretty sure you were still on your phone looking at pretty girls' Instagrams or big booty girls' Instagrams or looking at porn or looking at something where you
Y'all look at the
can see.
guys too.
But I'm just saying that men are visual. Like y'all hungry for more. No
Humans
matter
are
what
visual.
y'all get.
Women are too.
Y'all,
I don't-
not
So
all.
it's just only men.
The thing is, women, y'all don't have to
all.
try as hard because we're more magnetized to y'all, to the curves that y'all have and the natural state that you are just born with. We don't have chest and all that poking out. So, like, if you don't see our lower part or something or some mental part of us, it's like, oh, he's just an everyday guy.
No, because some girls only date nice looking guys or
I
guys
know,
with
but
big cuts.
most guys
with
can have a regular chest and some muscles. Not all the girls got fat ass, big titties, and all
Me
that.
personally, I don't like
whatever.
muscles.
Well, whatever, just a good
Really.
sharp chin or something. I don't know, whatever.
You said that sharp shit.
Whatever y'all like, y'all everyone got a preference, but I'm just saying, like,
And what you have a bed.
What you
That's
say,
why
man?
Rob got one now.
Yeah, I look at the
She look at
forearm.
forearms.
I like
Rob
nice
was big.
forearm.
Hey, this
So
is
he-
it's just easy to imagine.
I like nice forearms and teeth.
right.
Nice teeth.
See, he's good on.
See, that's
I got them Popeyes, though. I'm just bumping.
How do you guys feel about Colin Kaepernick and what he's going through?
It's like so many different stuff that's not shown, so this is just like the same thing. Like,
Do you feel like if he cut his hair, he would get hired?
it's just a joke to me. Like all this stuff, it's just like a rerun of something else that's been happening since back then. Like he can have a bush if he wants to.
Did he
cut it right or cut
He
it
got
right.
cornrows
He still
now.
got cornrows.
People try to get at you like it's a media takeout. You know what I'm saying? Like just like with Usher or R. Kelly or whoever. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I personally know Usher. Like he,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I about to do work with him or something. Like it's
Right.
crazy. So I ain't even like saying nothing like that. I don't even know anything about that. Until I know factually or something.
Right.
It's even then you don't just put stuff out there. But like I just don't know these people lives. Like we're being fed something on the media one way. And then it's like, if you talk to that person, it's like a whole nother different story probably.
And see, I
don't know what to
respect, I
believe.
respect that because, like you said, you know him and you plan on working with him. But look at Colin Kaepernick's situation. My problem,
People get media takeout when they stand up.
the media going to do it. They going to bring out
Right.
negativity regardless. My problem with the Colin Kaepernick thing is that another peer, you know what I'm saying, Michael Vick had the nerve to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you should know. Like,
But
you
he
had
went
that.
back-
That's program,
Like,
bro.
don't-
That's
He
program.
went back and
How
said
dare-
something about
He's the one who
he
introduced
not
it.
he wasn't meaning to say like he is
It
not
don't-
hired because of his hair and all this other stuff.
That sounds like something that my mother used to tell me when I was little. Oh, you need to cut that shit off your head. You act different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'ma still be bad.
I mean, that's going on anywhere. Like, even in Jamaica, you have Rasta dreads. Like you like looking at it as like a ruthless dude. Like, and then the thing with us like melanated people, we fit into
to the world.
we
man.
fit into the statistic that they created. That's saying it's like, oh yeah, you acting black or you acting white.
Right.
Like right now, we're talking like, hey, my name is Malik Stewart and I represent D.O.P.E.
Right.
Like, why you talking so white? Like, nah, I'm just enunciating.
Yeah,
Right.
right. I'm trying to make sure
This
you
is
understand
linguistic
what I'm
arts.
saying.
What you were talking about, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just a whole program thing like that that they already put out there, and then we fit into it, and it's like, oh, but no, you just like you knew what the right thing was or whatever. Like you choosing to like feed the ignorance or feed that, you know what I'm saying? It's just even with like music, Molly Perkins set. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, Nah, you tell people to be crackheads. Like everybody, these young niggas out here booted up.
Doing it.
Like they out here booted up. And I'm looking at them little crowd. I'm like, yo, you a crackhead, bro. Like you a crackhead.
And it's nothing that you can do to say
it's for the junkies now. It's like everybody wants to prove who the biggest.
The junkies is more luxury than these dudes.
They can't get more paid than me. That's how
you just got my jealous on and all that, and you a crackhead.
Yeah.
Like, what? It don't make no sense. Like, it's just.
you got them on you at the bus stop. You catching a 92 to your girl house.
And you turned up. That just shows to
Or
say
like
music has a lot of influence on what we do and how we act and what we wear and
like, yeah.
everything.
100. I mean, because all I'm gonna say is like, you know, everything that we even talk about, like, man, you know, I done said a lot of shit, and if I wasn't, you know, choosing to go into the garage after school sometimes and work into some shit, you know what I'm saying? You never know who you would have started to vibrate with, and whether you
Wrong
would
way,
have kept
right
that.
way.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whether you feel like you're a leader or not, you could be a leader of some wrong shit. You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
same way. I've been around, like, my friends, like, niggas sold crack and all that shit. Like, I remember one time, you even asked me, and it was just like, I was like he had, like, he like, you ain't never thought about fucking with a white girl or something? I was like, nah, man. I had my drum set in my house, like, nah, I be doing this, you know what I'm saying? He was like, that's respect, man. You keep doing that.
Everybody
you
not
keep
as
doing
strong-minded though, and sometimes people be going through some things, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
family
Everybody
structure.
fuck
strong.
it, right?
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say fuck it, as
Like
long as y'all ain't got no fucking in y'all.
the stuff
So
that
that's
some people can kick mountains to the side, and some people
right can't.
like.
Life just tackles them, and it's
Yeah.
like they're never getting up, so they go a whole different route.
So, as far as music versus sports, man, like, how y'all feel like, y'all see these big checks that they had over the NBA, man? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
just this summer, 3 dudes got $200 million checks. Like, what can we do? Which I think, like, because I feel like, on a bigger scale, like, we promote it so much as just entertainers and athletes and shit, but the entertainers, like artists, we have a bigger, I feel like a stage to be able to make change and do things. Like, the athletes are to a certain degree limited. That's why we talk about Colin Kaepernick, but at the end of the day, he's under the NFL, so it's only so much that he can do and shit. Like, why don't you think that, you know what I'm saying, musicians and people that also dedicate their life, you know what I'm saying, what they do to a craft and shit, don't see, you know what I'm saying, the benefits how they did, how they do? Do you think because it's more controlled, you know what I'm saying, as far as
Well,
the
the
sports?
system was already created with that. Like, just go back to, like, you're looking at, like, Rome or something, and people, like, competing as gladiators, and they're like, yeah,
Right.
in a Coliseum. And then now you just look at it now, and it's like, it's these gladiator, tall men,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, and you're just looking at it, it's just like, they need somebody to be, like, distracted into this. Like, it's cool at the same time, it's setting a good lifestyle of, like, people being motivated, and I want to grow up and be a basketball player.
Right.
But at the same time,
A lot of young
Go up and
dudes,
be
that's
a-
all they say now. They see that pop up and they trending. They say, James Harden got 220 billion. I mean, I love to do this, but if I start going, you know what I'm saying, even though I don't love basketball, it's a lot of dudes
Look,
who
it's
play
about
basketball who
doing-
love that shit.
it's about doing what, it's about, like, versus doing what you love or doing what works.
Yeah, why?
I can't.
I seen I don't know if y'all watched, what is it, American Greed, and it was a basketball player. Y'all might know who I'm talking about, but I don't know his name. I can't remember. He was like real young, real popular. He was adopted into this family. The lady took care of him like his whole life. Like, I think she met him when she was 10. Took care of him his whole life. He got all this money. He played in probably 5 or 6 teams in the NBA. Anyway, he spent all his money. He ended up going behind her back, refinancing her house without her knowing, like doing a whole rack of wild shit. She ended up getting put out her house. Like, and he basically carried it. Like, he was carrying it. He told her he didn't like the house anyway. Mind you, she got like other kids too. But she took to him because he didn't have no mother. Like, the lady just put him out or whatever. I can't remember this man's name, but it's just crazy how money, like, you can really change and control.
Yeah, because it's the time you gotta put into it to get it. Like, even though, like, see, they're chasing their dream, and you know what I'm saying, I feel like, yeah, you should be compensated for what you do well, you know what I'm saying, which is your dream. But,
These
like,
numbers are
so with
ridiculous.
these females, like, I'm pretty sure y'all can speak, like, you know what I'm saying, like, when you try to be here, there, and lower everywhere, like, if you ain't got a girl who understand, like, The sacrifice that you know what I'm saying? Like, it is so hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the point to where sometimes we gotta be like, fuck it, for right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not that I'm cold-hearted, but I ain't in the time and place to even, you know what I'm saying? Like real loud, like I gotta do what I gotta do right now, cause you gonna fuck with me even harder 6 months from now if I make happen what's happening this shit. But if I put all that to the side,
we don't understand.
They don't think about all that. They just like right here, right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's not right now, but it's like we can be there and go through it together. Like why you gotta why you gotta have the fucking attitude? Why you gotta say no?
But I mean, you can't go through everything together. You can't. I would prefer you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
somebody drop their plans.
What I'm doing.
Somebody drop their whole life goal. Cause the thing is, it's like a popular thing right now. Like reason why I'm like single, cause like I meet a shawty and it's like
you too mobile.
They cool, but like I tell them my lifestyle is different. The way I make my money is not the way you make your money. You more like you said mobile. Like
they don't see the
working in that place. I travel around. I'm an artist, so it's like unless you're gonna like drop all your plans, become one of my PR consultant person or something. Like I be giving a real life like scenario. Like unless you're gonna real life sit here and be my travel manager or be some like a part of my brand is what like and forget what your aspirations was in your life. You know what I'm saying? Is you really down to like take on what I bring in? Like this, you know what I'm saying?
So you want somebody to work for you?
Nah, I want to work for. Or you can own the work with me. Just be a part of.
Okay, so you just want her to be willing to be a part of what you're doing.
I'm saying that's the only way it will work unless you just like people when I'm gone and that person is still over there and it's just like man. I'm getting lonely or something. People think about all types of different things. Like people need to be satisfied when they want to be satisfied.
Right.
So
no, you're absolutely right about that.
People once the needs kick in and it's like, man, this person been on tour for like 4 months. I ain't seen him in a minute. I ain't had no or I ain't had no And it's like grown man, grown woman.
It ain't enough money you could pay.
And you don't know what I'm doing on tour. You all worried like, he never come back for me or whatever. You don't know what they think about.
You would rather have your drum with you. I understand.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Don't think like you though.
That's the realistic way. Like,
but some people want to just do whatever they doing, they just curry it without saying, "Look, if you want to work for me, it will work."
Yeah.
Nah, don't say that. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to like change somebody's plans. What they have. It's like
you want them always willing to do it.
If you have a lifestyle that's already like interacting with mine in a way where we can just maneuver around and it's like you do real estate or something and you just letting that do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different little examples, like real life examples. Like somebody, if she do real estate, she just owns stuff and she can travel when she want or come still like, you know what I'm saying, put in some work with me while that's already getting taken care of.
She
like,
don't have to physically
like I'm working for myself. I've been 4 years working for my own self, like doing this as a life, like a career. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing that, and when you working there, and today like 401k and doing that, that's like a whole different mindset of you working with them. I have to like work with mine and like plan it out a different way, like from myself. Like I can never run out. Like my job is more secure because it's me that's securing it rather than I can get fired tomorrow or something.
Right.
It's just a whole different like aspect of just thinking. I just be trying to get females to just know that because it's like the artist. It's easy to get girls like anywhere, especially when you look good and doing good and is a good person, like it's gonna come, you know what I'm saying? You, like anywhere, like even internationally, anywhere you're gonna meet beautiful women all over or beautiful men, whatever, if you female, you know what I'm saying? So
but you gotta be, I would tell them, just be able to recognize the traits of a boss before you even get it, because you know what I'm saying? A lot of females don't want to deal with that grind.
But I guess it depends how talented that in that stage of life that I feel like it depends on, because everybody said they rapping now, so a dude that's outside every day, not recording nothing, just sitting on the corner, not recording, not
you
putting nothing out.
can't expect for shorty to be like, okay,
you live with her.
You ain't putting in that effort.
Temporary type stuff.
It's a waste.
I mean, that's innocent. Before you expect anybody to invest in you, man, you gotta invest in yourself.
Yeah, but that's why I'm speaking boldly like that. I wouldn't be saying if I'm like.
But some people still speak as boldly as you and still be like on some little boy stuff.
I just want to do it the realistic right way. I don't want no BMs. I don't have a wife, you know what I'm saying? Children like that. Like it's gonna be a different way. I don't want to be I want to have multiple properties around. You know what I'm saying? I want to own land. My money is not gonna be in paper. It's gonna be in gold and land and other resources that they can't really take it from me. Like, it's a whole nother wave level that I be trying to get the shorties to think of. Like, if I'm really going to sit here and build with you, I'm trying to build with you. Like, I'm not trying to play house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
before we get out of here, so I asked this the other day, like, what's a question that you think you would have asked a girl on a date 10 years ago versus what you would ask her now? Like, because, I mean, you know, bet you done learned so much more. You're more about, you know what I'm saying, like, the caution and, like, doing things for people, too, like, you know what I'm saying?
You said, what's a question I would have asked her on a date?
Yeah, so, like, say, for instance, like, you know, my example, like, when I was young, when I was 17, like, I was more, like, you know, about the physical, so I would ask you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, where you like to go out type shit. Now I would want to know how you feel about the fucking prison pipeline. Can you handle that shit? Can we have a conversation about that shit? Like, where you like, oh shit, like, and blank off, like.
I definitely would have been just more asking where they realistically see themselves, not like me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, where do you see yourself, like, rather than thinking like, yeah, I'm trying to come over, you know what I'm saying, your parents' home or something. Right, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. I definitely would have been like, yeah, so what are you trying to do? What are you good at? Oh, you do that? Alright, so
that's you get certified for that. What are you good at?
Right.
What are you
What
good
is your
at?
hobby? Like,
how often do we ask that shit, man, before, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, we get the cheeks before we find out what they even good at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even if you get the cheeks, like,
even if you.
more other elements of that, like, after you, like sometimes, like, you can get the cheeks on the first night. That don't mean shorty is going. Just right. Okay, and it made sense, and then it's work. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a simple question. Like, if I'm supposed to be attracted to you, if you want me to be attracted to you more than just by what you look, you should want to tell me, like, what you like to do, what you good at. You know what I'm saying?
And like right
but
now,
sometimes y'all don't be interested in that. Y'all know what y'all want to do with a girl when y'all meet her, when y'all see her, when y'all need about a good 1 minute. Y'all gonna figure out if y'all that's gonna be y'all girlfriend, y'all wife, or the jump y'all just about to hit.
Hey, I don't know.
Not all the time.
Man, even before I started, like,
women don't do that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, even like when I was.
I give y'all 1 minute.
It depends on if that
if
man.
If you change your mind, that's because y'all got drunk.
But if that man come up to you and he's everything that she was like, oh, okay, why not give him a chance? You gonna give him your number right in there in under a minute.
But look though, life is a balance though. That's the other thing. Life is a balance. Would you rather mess with somebody who's a virgin, like, or just new to that game on that level of thinking, along with the other side, or would you rather mess with somebody that's experienced something and knows how to really produce some quality, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I feel like,
confusion and shit.
I don't want to speak negative, but I feel like y'all gotta find some female who know what it's like to deal with her, like, to a certain degree, or sacrifice, should I say? Yeah. Because when you're honest, you gotta sacrifice. So it's like,
I don't mean to cut you guys off, but we about to be, closing this up soon. I want to recap my little birthday look.
Hey,
we didn't come last.
Her whole B-Day week, y'all. Let me tell y'all, she was
I wasn't able to go over my birthday, but it's just a few little pictures.
Yeah, I killed.
When was your birthday?
July 15th.
Oh yeah, mine's the 8th.
Birthday.
Right there. That's at the brunch right there.
Yeah,
how old are you turn?
27.
27.
Damn, how old are you?
27. I'm 28.
Damn, yeah, we're getting old. I just turned 28.
Bro, we rounded off the.
Y'all making me feel like I'm young. Like,
young monkey.
I'll be 25 this year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I killed it.
Oh, that joint for
I was lit.
Switching up the fish. How many? Did you have two fish per day, or you just kept that?
I'm looking at this. I was like,
dang, I didn't know we did that, Joe.
Did you get the flyer? Mm-hmm. Okay, and starting the 15th, I am running a back to school special on all braid styles. $25 off. Hey. So hit me up ASAP, call me, DM me, text me. Hit by Miss Zena 1, number 202-629-6936.
That thing right there say
lemonade. It is 1 month. So August 14th through the 14th. That's the name of the break, like this. That's what they call it, because this is what Beyonce had in one of her videos. So all the girls be like, lemonade break. Okay, we're about to be closing now, guys. And once again, I want to say thank you for coming.
No problem.
Can you give the people your Instagram?
Oh, my Instagram is at officialyoungman_Lee.
And the band?
It's in the letter N, the moment _
And
you?
Everywhere on social media, on anywhere, I'm Malik Dope Drummer.
Yes, sir.
I repeat, Malik Dope drummer. Dope is for definition of percussion entertainment, and you will see me on some. You can check me out on a lot of different stuff. The latest thing I've been on is going viral is the Rolex video with the Aoteo. I just wanna roll. Yeah, you can see me on there doing a drum thing. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, just catch me all over, expanding more. And also me and Domo, this wasn't told, but me, Domo, and some others, we have an entertainment collective, live entertainment segment like show called Dopamine Collective, DC.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely let us know, man. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
We'll see us doing live
Post
shows,
everything and shit.
including me, Domo, Kareem. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit.
Man, y'all just keep grinding, man. Thanks for coming up here, man.
Thank
Stay
y'all.
Appreciate the
dope,
invite.
man. Stay dope, man.
Right, and we had Princess. Shout out to
Hey,
Princess.
shout out to
Princess.
Princess. Y'all already
Look at the moon.
2 p.m.
The real Princess. And
Real
follow-
name
the
Princess.
real
Real
name
name
Princess.
Princess.
And follow Sippn Tea with D.